You love playing online poker. You don't love hearing about hackers every day. Don't worry, we have good news. Meet Jason. He likes to play poker online, and he's pretty good at it. Meet an online player who goes by the screen name Pot Ripper. He likes to play poker too, but he's not very good. So, Pot Ripper decides to cheat and hacks into Jason's computer. Every computer connected to the internet is vulnerable to malware. Malware can be installed on a machine over the internet, through an email, or using a USB drive when you aren't watching your computer. Even large companies like Target, Anthem Insurance, TJ Maxx, and Home Depot have been compromised. How can Jason protect himself if giant corporations can't protect themselves? Most attacks Pot Ripper could launch against Jason would be very easy to notice. If Pot Ripper is able to watch Jason's screen over the internet, Jason might never notice. It's like Jason is playing at a casino with his cards face up. There's a simple way to make sure Pot Ripper isn't watching. Instead of using one device, let's start using the other devices we always have with us. Let's keep public information on a computer screen and your hole cards on a separate device. Jason sits down to play some online poker. Here, we see Jason's screen. From Jason's point of view, everything looks pretty good. He's dealt 10 jacks suited. Little does he know that Pot Ripper has the ability to watch his screen over the internet. We now see Pot Ripper's screen. The insert shows a live feed captured from Jason's computer and streamed to Pot Ripper's machine. Pot Ripper, dealt a pretty good hand of ace-queen, raises to 60, knowing Jason's hand and expecting him to call. A great flop for Pot Ripper. He's flopped 2 pair. Pot Ripper thinks that Jason, on the button with a backdoor flush draw and a gut shot straight draw, might call a bet. So he bets half the pot. Sure enough, Jason, who has position and all kinds of outs, calls. On the turn, Pot Ripper sees that his 2 pair is still good, but Jason has also picked up a flush draw. He now knows Jason will call a bet. He bets 150 to get money in the pot. Jason, who now has a straight draw and a flush draw, calls. Unfortunately for Pot Ripper, the king comes on the river, giving Jason a straight. Pot Ripper knows he won't be able to bluff him out of the hand. If he didn't know Jason's hole cards, he might call Jason's bet, thinking his 2 pair is still good. Instead, he just folds. A new hand is dealt, but now Jason has decided to put his client in protected mode. He has dealt a pair of 8s, which he can see on his phone. Pot Ripper, dealt a pair of jacks, is now unable to see Jason's cards. We again see the table from Pot Ripper's perspective, the insert showing his view of Jason's screen. Playing fair, Pot Ripper raises to 60, which Jason calls. The flop comes down, giving Jason a set of 8s. Pot Ripper still thinks his pair of jacks are good enough to warrant half the pot. Jason calls, feeling he is way ahead. After the turn, Pot Ripper still looks strong and bets half the pot. Jason raises, and Pot Ripper calls. Imagine how differently this hand would have played out if Jason hadn't decided to play with his cards protected. Instead of folding early, Pot Ripper ends up losing a large pot. Whether you want to play at 1 table or a dozen, this technology can still help you stay safe. Your single device can work for many tables, just like a single computer can now. Here we see the device screen of a player multi-tabling. As the focus on his computer shifts from table to table, the hole cards being highlighted shift too. Jason can use his computer if he wants. If he gets worried about his security, he can simply add his phone and check a box. For instance, when playing for small stakes, he can play as he always has. But when he wants to play in a high-stakes cash game, he can take the extra precaution. It's that simple to make your online poker experience that much safer. Check it out at secureonlinepoker.com.